Did you know that the masterpiece that is Gear 5 Luffy almost never happened? That sounds crazy even to me. But you see, Oda didn't think the fans would like this new form. He thought even with how crazy One Piece already is, this ability may be too weird, even for him. And it's really not hard to see why he thought this, as in Gear 5 literally anything seems possible. Oda even said himself in the manga that the only limit to this ability is Luffy's imagination. Essentially this means if Luffy can think it, he can probably do it in Gear 5. A brief explanation of Gear 5 is like this. In Gear 5, Luffy can turn himself and everything within his surroundings into rubber, that he can then manipulate and adjust however he sees fit. An easy way to explain this is to take a look at Charlotte Katakuri's awakened Mochi Mochi fruit. For with his awakening, he's able to manipulate everything in his surroundings by first turning it into mochi. Gear 5 is incredibly powerful and wacky, but Oda said in an interview that Luffy's fruit in the hands of anyone other than Luffy would be practically useless. So even though the human fruit model Nika is this overpowered miracle fruit that the world government is trying desperately to stop, it actually isn't the reason Luffy is so dangerous. It's Luffy's use of this fruit that is really terrifying to watch. Many wouldn't even have been able to awaken this fruit if they had it in the first place, which is a big reason why it took 800 years for the next Joy Boy to arrive. I guess you could say this fruit was made for Luffy. But why did Oda release Gear 5 when he originally only drew it as a joke? Well, when he drew Gear 5, he was still trying to just figure out the direction he wanted to take not only Luffy's awakening, but also the direction he wanted to take with the whole series. Because whatever route he decided to take with the awakening would change the outcome of the story completely. Like, could you imagine if Luffy's secret devil fruit was a Logia fruit? That would have changed not only his story, but also his fight versus Kaido would have been dramatically different. But in the end, we got this power of imagination. And whether you hate it or love it, you have to admit Oda really outdid himself with the creativity in this one. You see, upon the completion of Luffy's Gear 5, Oda knew that it would receive a lot, and I mean a lot of backlash, which it most definitely did. You see, when it released in the manga, the One Piece fandom almost had a meltdown, with videos and discussions being made left, right and center. Many trying to figure out what the connection it has to Joy Boy is, and others just trying to figure out what the hell this means for the future. And of course there was always those who thought this was the end of One Piece and Oda just fucked his own story by adding this Toon World bullshit. But realistically, we must remember, this isn't even the first time Oda has taken a more controversial route with his story that the fans don't like initially. Like, with just one look at the past arcs, we can see several moments where he changed the story in a way that fans straight up hated. Like in Alabasta, we met someone that no one liked at first and was a very touchy subject due to his sexuality. But that same she-him is now viewed as one of the most beloved characters in the series, with fans from all over begging Oda to allow him to join the crew. Another example is when Oda decided to kill off Luffy's older brother, Ace. You see, despite Ace not being in the series much, fans had already fallen in love with him, and were heartbroken to see him go. But remember, his death shaped so many arcs to come. For after his death, we got the reveal of Sabo, and we also got a much more touching story in Wano because of Ace's connection. Ace's death needed to happen for One Piece to grow, and I believe the same has to be said with Luffy's Gear 5. With as weird and misunderstood as this power is, it will most definitely change the story. Whether that's for the better or worse, only time will tell. But that's going to do it for me in this video. If you enjoyed and agreed with anything I've said, then please hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Peace.